All right, morning team. Just get my charts ready here. Morning. Hope you're all doing good. All right, let's kick it off on a daily, like we always do. So far, we still remain in a bullish uptrend. Okay, really important to just keep that in the back of your mind. You can just see constantly higher highs and higher lows, breakout, higher highs, higher lows, breakout, new all-time high yesterday, holding 5-day, Bollinger Band starting to catch up now finally. Okay, so we are still bullish technically on a higher time frame. So far today on Tuesday, we're in an inside bar. All right, this can build liquidity. The longer we go sideways in this range, the more the Bollinger Bands are going to start to catch up. All right, and we're probably going to get a tightening like this, just like we did earlier in the year, right here. All right, we get extended, this catches up, and then this time we do a breakout. All right, so we're setting up for that kind of move. But we are an inside bar, and it's important to remember that. There's no breakout traders in the market. Question is, who's stuck? Let's have a look at the hourlies. Okay, just watch down here, this chart here first. Make sure you can see it all. So far, buyers who participated yesterday are stuck in this range. All right, with their point of control being 395 roughly. All right, so buyers are stuck. The edge of that is basically 53, I'd say up to about 70. All right, so I'm watching this area here. You've got old anchored VWAP, and you've got the edge of where we broke down from yesterday. And overnight, they retested that area. They retested value area low right here, and supply where we broke down from, and they sold off 1, 2. There's your two legs. The question at this point is, are we going to keep those buyers trapped? All right, so is this going to be a push up? Come on. A push up, which is met with these same sellers. Okay, so 1, 2, and are we going to start rotating back down and test this? Remember, this is your low of Monday, low of week. If we come back down to here, can still be an inside bar. This whole action here can remain inside. All right. So that's the first level I'm really watching. This level up here, how do we react if we get there? Do we even get there? Do we fail overnight value area low, which would be 50s? If we fail, I'm going to look for that rotation back down to this level here to see if buyers want to step back in. Remember, this level down here is an important level. Volume. Oh. Volume built up here from 80s down to 180s, about 100 points. It gets a little bit thinner in here and then thicker down towards the 200s. But yeah, I'm basically watching for that rotation between these two levels today. If we start reclaiming, all right, if this shove up starts reclaiming this and we build liquidity out here after a good 2-leg down, okay, if we're going to build liquidity out here and then reclaim, then we're thinking about longs to take out what? All-time high. Right, we've left a double top up there. We know shorts have their stops up here. Anyone who was short yesterday, they've left their stop up here. They probably added on here. If we start reclaiming this, that will be the target. All right, which why this level here, this pink box, red box, whatever you want to call it, it is key. How we act in front of this or above this becomes key for the sentiment for the day. If we're going to go into just a choppy day, then I just think we trade between these two levels all day and build out liquidity. If we start failing this here, obviously we're looking at Monday's low, and then we're going to look left and think about where we can trade into. Maybe at that point, if we let go of this, and then maybe to here, and then we have to see. So that's plan of action. Oh, don't move that. All right, that's plan of action. Waiting for a retest of that level or waiting for a retest of the low, because we've just had one bounce straight away from it. We need to put in like a double bottom if we're truly going to be bullish. All right, if we're not going to get up there and we're going to come down here, we want to see a higher low or a sweep and a return, and then to do that move back up to here. But I will respect this level. I will be trading from here to here today or from here to here today. And then beyond that, we will wait to see new structure. All right, keep it real simple. Let's go over the mag because we are in earnings season right now. This to a 5-minute. Apple gapping up, but again, inside previous day's range, like the rest of the market, just sat inside the range. Microsoft, same story, gapping up inside yesterday's range. It looks a bit stronger here, though. Break of 512, and you're looking for top side 513s, and if that's a legitimate print, 518s. Amazon strong, gapping up over previous day high. Look at the strength there. Over previous day high, very strong. So far, everything gapping up. Goog, strong, again, same story, gapping up over previous day high. It might come back and back test this, it looks like at the moment. That VWAP is going to be key, but very strong from Goog. So Mag 7 so far looking good. Meta, strong, gapping up into previous day's high. There's 1, 2, failed second leg. Liquidity, and we are aiming upside on that right now. Nvidia, gapping down. It's found a bottom. You can see here's a shelf. 171, let's call it, well, 172 to 170, 120s is going to be key. Nvidia fails that, it comes down for a test of that low, reclaims it, we're going squeezy time back upside. So Nvidia so far the weak one. Tesla, a slight gap up, but still inside previous day's range. Most of that range is here. Top side up here. Remember, that was a big squeeze yesterday, instantly failed. So boxed in here in Tesla. So straight away, Tesla and Nvidia the weaker ones so far. Let's have a look at the VIX, because the VIX is an interesting look today. I'll just zoom out of this for a 30-minute chart for you. You can see we're now boxed in. Okay, so we're boxed in here. All right, it needs to make its decision. Break out of this, come back for this level, market will be a short. Fail this level down here, come back down to retest 15s, market will be a long. Do this all day, market will do the same thing all day probably. So watching all those levels. How long we got here? 5 minutes. We do have news today, and Powell's talking at the moment. Let me get my... See if you can find this. Where are you? Where have you gone? Lost it. Okay. Let's pick a new one up. All right, Powell talking at the moment, and Bowman talking 12:25. Okay, so we've got Fed chairs, Fed members talking today. Just be aware of that. Other things is we have earnings. We've had earnings, and it's mixed bag. A lot of them a bit concerned right now, rightly so, about the tariffs. It's affecting them. GM Motors, they were still talking until a moment ago, talking about how the tariffs are affecting their business right now. So anyone that thinks we're through tariffs, we are not. All right, still lots of indecisions to be made. We're still waiting, aren't we? Still waiting on these final decisions on tariffs, which got kicked down the road. So just remember that as well. Well, what we haven't done yet is look at the book. Let's have a quick look. No major levels on NQ, no big players yet. Yes. ES has some bigger players above, so 630s, 655, and 370 on ES so far. Yeah, you can see that 50s we talked about. 50s to 70, there's a little bit of passive sellers waiting up there on the NQ. Let's get through some good mornings here. Morning, Jesse, Jeff, Clint, BU, Coop, Toby, Thumper, ERF, Miguel, Christy, Brandon, JD, Lindell, Liron, KG, Trentry, Ryan, Richard, Raphael, John, Mike, Firewater, Arturo, Peter, Bart, Willa, Paul, John Dennis, Ken, and Eva. Good morning, everyone. Morning, morning. I'm going to go and grab myself a drink here. We've got 3 minutes to open, plenty of time. Watching this level up here. Okay, we're watching up here. We are starting to break. You know, you can do something very, very simple. We have broken a downtrend. We are boxed in Globex. This is Globex. This is your overnight session. So I'm watching to see if we raid a level and come back for another one, or if we raid and hold to go back to all-time highs, or if we just dive this morning, do we find either a higher low or a sweep to come back in? And if not, do we get stuck here for a rotation down? What I don't really want to do is trade in here without a retest of this or this. This is like my no man's zone this morning for a trade to start the day. So we need to see something early in the morning to give us some edge. I'll be right back. All right, anyone trading overnight? Anyone take that fade on the way down or take it long on the way back up? Interested? Did anyone get the long that we talked about yesterday on stream, which ended up setting up, what, 5-10 minutes after stream? Everyone in Discord got it. We all got it together. But did anyone not in the course get it? It's a nice, easy trade. Type of trade I'd like. Retest of a value area low. Nice and cheap. Nice reaction. And then long back towards high of day. We talked about it on the stream. All of yesterday, I was talking about the bear trap taking place in this area here. Under here, in here. And it's what we got. And we got long from here all the way back up. Everyone in my Discord took this. But did anyone outside of Discord take it? Because we talked about this yesterday. 2-leg into value area low and a long. Unfortunately, it happened, I don't know, 10 minutes after I got off stream, probably. Not even. Yeah, about 10 minutes after I got off stream. All right. See what we get here then, folks. We're watching for that morning drive up to see if it's met with sellers. Let's see if these buyers from yesterday remain stuck, or if the higher time narrative just keeps playing out and we just keep going up and up and up. What I would say is we do have some slight divergence in that this low did not sweep this down here, but it did on ES. So ES, a relative weakness, all the way down. Let's get this on a 1 minute. Here we go then, folks. Mixed bag on the mag for the open. Right, Tesla up, Nvidia down, Meta up, Google up, Amazon down, Microsoft flat, Apple just about up. So just let this settle down. Just let it settle down. ES back to VWAP. NQ trying to come back to VWAP as well. SPY already under its VWAP. QQQ not yet. VIX finding a little bit of a bid. Interesting if VIX starts putting in higher lows for a bigger picture, inverted head and shoulder look. That's a pretty big shove down this morning. I wouldn't have liked that to gone the other way first. Market seems to be selling here. Mag 7 seems to be taking some profit here. Other than Google. That is heavy. That is a heavy sell on the book. I'm watching Bookmap. Some big sell orders came straight in. They trapped these buyers and they're selling hard down to these 2300s. Oh, well, they couldn't go and retest supply, could they, for us? Okay, just be careful as we come back down towards these high time frame demand areas. Remember, this is where we found bids from. It's where we broke out from yesterday. It's where we found bids from. This is why I wanted a pump first this morning, not a dump. For this reason, it's going to make the trade harder. Here's high time frame algo. SPY coming into previous day low here. Everything letting go here. Big sell so far this morning. Can't be chasing this. Want to get involved, but cannot be chasing this. And here is your high time frame demand, the start of it. Let's turn this down a little bit. It's a bit bright. There we go. So you can see this is where we found bids. Now, overnight low will take us into 68s. So looking to see if a bounce here comes in and if they sell that bounce for a move to the overnight low. I want to be very careful getting stuck between these two levels. If they want to be nasty and rip this all the way back up, they can. Like we said, we're trapped between levels right now.
Sell 19.
So sellers right now are hanging out all the way back up at 350. Just be careful here. If they hold this overnight low or in front of it, they want to rotate, they can. It's very thin on that way down there. Need to see this reprice before we think about doing anything else here. Anything else. And let's get a New York view up on. Is it going to print for us? Apparently not. There, is that it? What is that? Oh, no retracement, just straight sell, a bit like the opposite of yesterday. Instead of a straight pump, a straight sell. Waiting for a bit of a retracement here. Remember, we're just reacting off higher time frame levels right now, and this is where we traded into these levels here. Waiting to see if we can get a push up away from these levels and to see if sellers then step in. Remember, true supply is a bit further overhead, so I don't want to be getting short down here. I need to see some form of retracement. What is this? Why is it put 2 on? What is going on? No. Jesus, man. Okay, retesting New York anchor. I want to see a bit of a shove up and then to see if they start selling it, ideally. So far, rejecting New York anchor. We're just trapped between New York anchor and demand right now. Lots of bids down here in the 80s and 70s. There's a seller up at 320 through that 350, which would be basically back to high of day. So I'm waiting to see if we create a lower high somewhere up here, or if we're just going to go screaming back upside right now. I'm being very, very cautious because we're in higher time frame demand. I'm not looking to short in higher time frame demand. It's where you will get stuck. You will need to see a shove up here met with sellers. If it's not met with sellers, they can go right back for the New York high because we have not tested this area yet. Like I said, this is just the open. Be careful, be cautious. It's just an open print. And they've held demand so far. Important to note that. Mag 7, very, very mixed right now. They're not sure what to do. Like Tesla 0.16% down, Nvidia 1.5% down, Meta 0.14% down, Google 0.10% up, Amazon 0.13% up, Microsoft 0.14% down, Apple 0.11% up. They're all near PDC. Other than Nvidia. And we've lost the stream. Fantastic. It's a good start. We'd like to see a bear flag here or a head and shoulders, but we'll have to build it higher away from the demand level. Cannot be looking at this demand level right here. If we get stuck here, it will get nasty. Need to push away from it to give us a better sell opportunity if we're going to sell it. just so we have RR on our side. ES back to VWAP. Trying to reclaim VWAP. SPY doing the same. Coming back to its VWAP. If they go reclaim, we go squeezy. So watching 320s as a seller there, and then 350s, remember. Remember I said at the beginning of the day, we can have an inside range rotation day between your red box and pink boxes. We can absolutely do that. SPY reclaiming, ES reclaiming, NQ not reclaiming. NQ weaker asset right now. YM, RTY, ES all green on the day. NQ red on the day. So NQ is a weaker asset at the moment. Google testing PDC here. Done gap fill. So the question is, do they sell it or not? Do they find bids? There goes ES. Screaming upside right now. ES holding demand, screaming upside right now. NQ not moving. ES is going to try and take out those highs at the moment. It's got another 3 points to go if it's going to get there. Watching the book. 20s, 25s, and then 50s. Watching those levels on this book here. ES is absolutely ripped. And it's going for it. It's going to take out this morning session high. Demand holding so far. So ES is all the way up here, folks, if you're wondering. All the way up at the highs. So I wanted to look at the short, but now looking at ES, I'm not convinced. I was thinking we look for something like this and play backside back down. But now that watching ES scream through here and take out the highs, I'm not convinced to look for the short on NQ at this point. Doesn't make sense to me. Unless ES steals liquidity and fails, it doesn't make sense to me. There's your VWAP. So flow zone test, VWAP test. NQ definitely considerably heavier. It's 300 over under right now. Seems key. Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe there was an update on TradingView. All my VWAPs changed. Okay, ES finding a bit of supplied up at the top. Question is, does it build that inverse head and shoulder to go on a rip higher? NQ is struggling here. So this was the play that I would have probably normally taken had ES not just done this huge move up. Here's the fails, 290s. They're going for double bottom here. They need to see if they hold this. Remember, if sellers do not get a breakdown here, this is where they will get trapped. If sellers do not get a breakdown here, it's where they get trapped. Here's a strong selling coming in at this point. Absolutely nailed that. Jumped in. Out here into Globex. That's me done for the day. Slap that back down. Just a little scalp from here to here. And I'm being cautious now because look at ES holding PDC. This is why I'm cautious about any follow through down here. This. If this holds, This is trying to go upside. This can drag the market up. So we have major divergence between them. Major divergence between them. So I waited. I wanted to see a seller come in, which he started joining in there at 12s. He's still involved. He's adding into 387s, 377s. He's trying to walk it down. Watching Globex here. Be very careful here. If you're shorting this, make sure you're paying yourself. There's your Globex level. Oh, it's not going to let me draw it for you. Here's your Globex level. Make sure you're looking left and looking at the higher time frames, because if they hold bids here, we're looking at these shelves here. I'll be watching it. Where we are now, 250s, 230s, 210s, all right? ES is holding very well. It looks like ES is trying to do that inverted head and shoulders we just talked about. Just be careful here, folks. Be careful. You need to see ES fail for us to really move down lower. You are in a potential demand area. This can be a double bottom. This can be the sweep that we talked about to go higher as well. All right, just be careful. We talked about this pre-market. If you took this short, like I said, cannot short down here. If you took this or this, pay yourself some money, move your stop, and then see if you can get a fade all day, because you're going to need ES to play ball. If it doesn't play ball and we sweep and turn, what you do not want to do is be a new money short here and get caught in this move. But so far, market flow, everything's saying bullish here. Multi-time frame bullish. We're starting to sell. We're underneath the lower time frame EMA. We're underneath, sorry, the low time frame algo. We're underneath the VWAPs, we're underneath the flow zones, but we're into potential high time frame demand area. If we snap and get very heavy today, I would be considering a move down to 180s. Here you go. Boom. Taking some off into this. Took most of mine off into Globex. Watching ES into VWAP here. So nice fail from ES. Did it sweep those highs? No, that is disgusting. That left equal highs up there. 49s. What did that hit? 49.25. Ugh, gross. Okay. All right. Starting to see some absorption down here, folks. Down here, this is absorption. All right, these green, these are buyers trying to absorb the tape. So just be careful, like I said. If we sweep, here we're starting to do it. If we sweep and then turn back inside, that's what they want to do. Still some buyers down here trying to absorb the tape. 60s, 55s, 50s, 45s. Seller came back in there, slapped it at 80. Need a break here. Need a breakdown. If we're going to turn this into supply, we need a clear breakdown, and you'd be playing into these next levels. Previous day low down here at 203. That could be your low hanging fruit, in all honesty, if they're going to let go of ES. Watching ES here into VWAP. If they're going to break down here, we can think about previous day low, and then we can think about this block down here, which is old value area lows. Just be careful. No new money shorts down here, please. You're either in it or you're not. Nice break here. Can we get some follow through? This is where they just absorbed it last time. They're still trying to absorb it. There we go. Nice follow through. Looking for that move all the way down to previous day low at this point. Your opening range now set, so we can think about a rejection of opening range to go lower potentially. ES starting to look weaker here. Much, much better. God, it's a shame it did that pump up this morning. Stopped me getting absolute premium price in this. So here's your orb trade. It's your retest of orb. If we stay heavy, we will go lower. If we stay heavy, we will go lower. Here we go. Can we get follow through? Oh, this is going to be a monster. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Previous week close coming up 225s. This is our next block. Going to remove this now. Can we get down into here? Previous week close right here, right now. A little bit of a bid in front of previous week close. Still watching the tape. Bids at 225, 212s. And looking for previous day low. So there's your orb trade. Here's your next block. Then previous day low, that's your last block. Any recovery of orb, I will be out of this fully. Got no real size left. I added into it for the break of orb and then started covering to PWC. ES still holding lows right now. Don't worry, Coop. It's going to set something up for you. Don't worry, buddy. Just keep watching that higher time frame. All right, just make sure you don't chase at the lows. So we're trading into these trigger points here. Here. If we liquidate that level, this is an old POC all the way back from here. Okay, if we liquidate that, then we're going to look for a trade down into 15s and then the edge of 22.59. So we're coming right back into old range. This can still be, I want to repeat, this can still be an inside bar. If we protect previous day low, or if we sweep previous day low and turn back inside, all this will be is a failed breakout of the previous day low. Does that make sense? This can still be an inside bar. I'm not saying you long down here. I'm just saying, like, just be aware. If we build liquidity and break outside, then we're going to look for a continuation trade. Man, I needed this day under my belt. This is a nice confidence day. Would have really liked us to shove up this morning like NQ did and come into this area first. That would have been really nice, but not doing it. Here we go. Low-hanging fruit coming up, folks. This is what we're looking at. Break of previous week close here. We're watching for the low-hanging fruit trade into previous day low. That's where my final cover point is. Anything beyond that is a bonus at this point. Here goes ES breaking down new lows of day. All of the market now red other than Apple. We're almost there, folks. We're looking for 203s. You can front run it if you want. Give it to me, baby. Got my limit out there. Try not to drag him up. So my last one, anything above that, I won't be in it. I will lock this in. Come on, baby. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Come on, baby. It's coming. It's coming. They keep stacking up to buy, which means it's coming. Come on, baby. 23,200. They keep trying to absorb the tape and then they get sold into. Oh, so close. Trying to be patient. What are we away? 7 points. Come on, baby. Give me that low-hanging fruit. Come on. Can see them here on the tape. Come on. Come on. They're going to fill them. They're going to fill them. The 23 lot and then a 66 lot. Keep trying to absorb it. I'm trying to be patient. I'm trying to be patient. Not drag it up. Don't drag it up, Alex. Don't drag it up because they're going to liquidate them. Come on. Come on. How are you not filling me there? How are you not filling me? No. How have I not got filled there? It must have literally tapped me. Come on. They're still there at 23,200. Oh, I can't believe that didn't fill me. You horrible bud. Yeah. Let's go. All right, if you want to hold runners, you can. I've locked that in. That's my easy, low-hanging fruit trade. Let's go. That's going to absolutely puke now, isn't it? All right, here's your last spot. All right, you have liquidity sat here at 160s. Just be careful if they turn and burn here. Thank you. My wife laughing at me. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, I locked in about $7,000 there. Which makes up for last Monday, doesn't it? It makes up for last Monday. All right, so low-hanging fruit has gone here. All right, previous day low, that's your low-hanging fruit. That's your over-under level now, because now we're thinking about daily breakouts, all right? We're thinking about daily breakouts. If we're going to keep puking, if we're having a heavy day here, we're going to go right back into that old range. Wow, this is really melting at this point. Now, all those buyers from yesterday remain stuck. I think what is unfortunate is I wanted to be short here. I really would have loved, and I guess maybe they would have let the buyers out, but I would have loved this little trap here to do this move. That's a plus scenario, because we take this liquidity, we leave these guys trapped, and then we do it. Oh my god, what a melt. What a melt. Okay. You are into this old liquidity here, 160s. Old point of control here. Yeah, 160s. If we're going to fail this, if we fail 160s, you're looking for a rotation to 113s. If you fail 113s, you're looking for that move into 56s. So actually, let's just put these on here so it's a bit easier for you to see. So these are all the levels where I expect potential cover points, right? So every blue or green level you see will be a cover point. This is in a full market puke. They are in panic mode right now. I wouldn't be surprised if that is from the GMC earnings call that I was talking about. I don't know if any of you listened to the earnings call, but they were basically saying that they've got to make up $8 billion just from tariffs alone, and they're trying to find ways of doing that right now, and they're uncertain what's going to happen with supply chain. And, you know, that is a little bit of a scary thought, because, you know, GMC have, okay, they're a big company, but compared to the MAG, they're not that big, which is probably scaring a lot of traders who have been, you know, looking to hold on to positions in the MAG right now. This keeps puking. Do not be a bottom picker, all right? One thing you cannot be today is a bottom picker. This is a sell day. Look at the VIX. Do you remember when I said the VIX might want to do that inverted head and shoulders? For that breakout we talked about pre-market. There you go. Absolutely beautiful. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, breakout trigger, up we go. All right, so there was your confluence for the move. We are just liquidating levels right now. All these bulls, you got to think about it now. Anyone who was bullish from Thursday, Friday, Monday just got absolutely wrecked. Now, I would imagine if we're thinking about a daily chart, I would imagine we're coming into a fairly key point here, right here where we broke out from. All right, so this level here is where we broke out from. If we think about this, this was that balanced range. This was the shove up. This is a back test of that balanced range. All right, so easy money's gone. Maybe they rotate back up to here tomorrow, today, I don't know, and then try and put in a lower high, lower low, and then come from the bottom end of the range, all the 20-day moving average. That would just be a mean reversion from top ball, which we almost hit yesterday, to 20-day. Very, very likely. Very, very likely. It's due it. It's due this move here. All right, see how many times it happens. This move here. This move here. We have not done it since June 23rd. All right, we've held 5-day top Bollinger. 5-day Bollinger. Maybe we're going to get a mean reversion. If it's finished for the day, it can just be this. That can be it. And we can go back inside. So you're watching previous day low. Any reclaim of previous day low can trigger a squeeze. I want that to be clear. You have breakout sellers in the market versus this. All right. Any reclaim of this, these breakout sellers will get stuck and will trade up. All right. So this here is where breakout sellers joined. All right. People shorting outside daily ranges. They should be covering into these levels, and then here and here. If they get caught, that's your squeeze trigger for an upside mean reversion intraday. Does that make sense for everyone? Intraday. I told you, Alex, we were going to get in one day get it all back one day because it wasn't your fault. Oh, thanks, Raf. Yeah. To be honest, I'd already made it all back, but it's nice. It's a nice confidence booster when you have a horrible loss like that, especially like you saw on stream last Monday when it was just trade copier being absolutely mental. It's really hard to take. The ego doesn't hurt so much because you've not done anything wrong in terms of trade, but it is hard to take. I'm just going to turn this aircon off. I'll be right back. Okay, do not pick bottoms. Do not try and long this down here. You should be looking for selling continuation patterns until we reclaim this. So any back test of this would probably be half decent. All right, any back test of this level probably be half decent for a potential short. What else I'm going to look at? Let's just do a VP for this current session that we're in now. All right, you can see they left these buyers trapped. So this is just a current session. This here key. Okay, 177. That's your value area low. If we keep rejecting that, we keep moving lower, and value area low would just drift down with it because we're so early in the day. That liquidation break was so quick without testing that up there. Those London traders are lucky buggers, man. They got a sweet trade here. That is a sweet trade versus this. I think we talked about it in Discord yesterday. That's two really nice trades. One yesterday, one today. Really beautiful. Richard W. I'm out for the day. 310 across accounts. Yeah, hit me with some W's in chat if you managed to get any of that with me. Whether you took the opening range break, whether you took the move here to sell into, which was tricky. I had to really wait for this and time it. I wanted this, and I think I joined here and covered some, and then re-added back in for the break. And then I was all out here. I'm not in any of this. Unfortunately, I just wanted to lock in, make sure, take my profits for the day. Let's see, we've got the W's in chat, big winners in chat. Let's see. Oh, I love it when there's so many. Steve C, sorry. Miguel, Bart, Lee Kim, Mike, ERF, Ryan, Jesse. Lindell says W, baby. Bowden, W for the Coops Corner. I love it. Leron, Erin, Brandon, BU, Andrew G. Mike Kalite, is that Mikalite? Don't know if I've said that right. Sorry, I probably butchered it. John Dennis, Glenn. Nice work, team. Nice work, team. Can see on the tape, we're starting to try and see some absorption down here. So they've had a few attempts. When you see these big green numbers, these are buyers trying to absorb it. When you see the pink numbers, these are sellers pushing it back down. So you can see there's a bit of absorption down here right now. So I'd say this trigger point here, right, if we can get through 175, they're probably going to try and trigger a squeeze back up to a key level that we broke down from, so maybe towards 275 if they really get going. But so far you can see that market seller just came straight back in and slapped it. Someone's stuck in this right now, folks. Someone is stuck in this, as in there's a buyer stuck in this, because they are aggressively hammering this. You can see they've rejected current value area low, and we can keep moving this out because it's going to keep changing through the day. Wakey trading view. There you go. So this can go back to red as well for now. Coop says, flat for me still. Can't chase. Didn't get my setup on the M5. Congrats to all you got it. Nice work. Hey, congratulations to you, Coop, because you are doing great by not chasing. You're sticking to your setup. You said you didn't get your setup on M5, so you didn't execute. That's great trading. I had the same conversation with Clint last night. If you don't see your setup and you do not take a trade, that is good trading. If you don't see your setup and you take a trade, that is bad trading, right? It's bad trading. So you're doing great. You're doing a great job. You will get a setup. Whether it be a short continuation, like at this point, what I would like to see is the opposite of yesterday, right? So maybe like a 2-leg, and maybe with a little something like this, which gives you some nice RR, right? Maybe above here to get all the bulls back involved looking for that. And then you can take the backside for a retest. Let's say we've built up some liquidity down here. Let's say we do this for a minute, maybe a little dunk, then that move. Then this here can offer a nice short for a retest. And then you're covering here. If you get more than that, great. If not, if they hold it, you're all out, because if they want a double bottom, then what they'll do is just go back into range for the day and use that liquidity. And then if they get above it tomorrow, they use it for a trigger back up to this point. So I'm always thinking about ahead. So you don't want to short down here. We've just puked out 241 points. So you don't want to be shorting the lows. So you want to be thinking about what a retracement might look like. Even if you want to do just the New York session, we can go from like New York open to current low of day. Right, we want some form of retracement into here, don't we? Either the flag trigger point or deeper. What we don't do is be buying down here. We do not buy when momentum is this heavy against us. From a daily point of view, we have just come into the top of that range. So if you look at July 3rd, July 9th, right, we've just triggered into those highs. That was the high that we broke out from. So I do expect us to struggle a little bit here, but who knows? Momentum is mega strong right now. Oh, still on bird map. Yeah, so let me draw it in here. So what I'd be waiting for, this is July 9th highs and July 3rd highs. What I'd be waiting for is something. Okay, you can stay short, wait for them to do something nasty like this. And then once they've trapped above this area or rebalanced into, maybe they protect this thin volume here, then you're looking for a short rotation back down, and your cover points are into wherever we've built liquidity. All right, and then you're holding. If we go further down, fantastic, but I'd expect them then to maybe range between these two. And then if we build out liquidity like this for a day or two, this then becomes a squeeze trigger back up, doesn't it? Right, if we've built out lots in here, we break out over that, that becomes your counter trend, well, short time frame counter trend, squeeze back up probably to come and test this area later in the week, not talking about today, talking about Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I would not be short down here now. I'd be waiting for some form of trap. You need some kind of area where we sweep, turn, get above an internal high or reprice into this volume and either protect it here and sell. Yeah, and you're looking for that kind of signature for the backside of this move. You let that build, you let them fail, you let them retest the failure, and then you sell. That's what I'd be looking for. If I'm going to look for the longs, it's going to have to really prove it to me, because we're in very strong momentum. We've taken out every key level of liquidity. We're on big daily levels. So if we look for longs, really, I'd want triggers back above this, I think, to be honest. And I can't see that happening right now, but who knows? But yeah, just remember from a daily point of view, we've come back down to that level we just talked about. Think about these highs here. We literally went over it like 2 minutes ago. This is where we broke out from. This big engulfing candle. This is our first retest of that level. And you'd be watching previous day low. Do they sell versus previous day low? Whether it's today or another day, do they reclaim previous day low, trigger back up inside the range? Right? So you should always be thinking about who's in this market right now and where are they in. Breakout sellers are in this market from here. All right, breakout shorts. Trapped buyers right now are in this market from here. This is where they're trapped. How do we know those buyers are trapped up there? Well, other than you can clearly see it, it's very, very obvious. If you can't see it, you just go here. All right, this was the volume yesterday. If you're a buyer up there, what happened overnight? Asia, retest. This is what I wanted this morning. They sell off. Lower high, little trap above. I wanted a trap up here. And these buyers get completely liquidated. They're forced to sell. There's no way a buyer with an average price of point control yesterday of basically 23,400 is able to hold on down here. They are forced to sell. That makes sense? Yes, you're right, Miguel. Let me just check if he's an algo. That's an algo. That's just an algo. I can show you how I know. All right. On this book, he's there. 23,162,000 lot. All right. If I move over to this, he's not there. All right. He's not there. So that is like a liquidity provider algo rather than a trader. Doesn't mean it doesn't matter. It absolutely does matter. You can see this is our first high low. See this pullback, first high low. See how we didn't fill 1,000 there? He's got like nothing's filled on the book. You would see it here on session volume profile. So he's not even real. It's just a liquidity provider in case we needed it. So this is why I look at this book more. All right, and we're drifting up now. So there's your push, first high low, absorption, push into next level, 175, and now we're seeing if we can trade higher than him. Secrets of bookmap here I'm giving you. So 75 and 87 is where the liquidity is. 75 and 87s. Got the long from 63.24 on your long on ES. Just watch that previous day low and your 5-day moving average. If you're trading ES, 63.29.75 is a big level. You've got a 5-day moving average, previous day low there. If they reject there or around there, it will attempt to move lower. If it squeezes through that trigger, you might get a reprice on ES all the way back to structure, which for me is kind of suggesting a move to 35. So if you get through 29.75, let's just call it 30, you've got at least 5 points, if not more, for a squeeze trigger back up on a reprice. But just be careful, that previous day low is massive. Okay, so we're starting to get that move now. Starting to see that move down here. Here's a reclaim of current. I'm going to have to move this on a... Keep moving this. Here's a reclaim. So look at the amount of volume. Look how we've just flipped point of control. The amount of volume built here now. All right, so if we're going to hold this level, this is thin, this is thin. It's potential that we trade up to value area high. It's a big ask, but it's got potential. So if we hold this and we hold the low, that's now value area low is low of day. Point of control, most volume has now been traded at 41. Any hold of 41, right, and low of day, any hold of those gets you a move back up to this value area high. I'll be taking profit at VWAP first. If we break down here, then obviously we're going to extend this lower. So here's the move. So previous day low and VWAP would be your target here, and it might be a short position here. It might be where they come back in short side because it's got low volume, so we're going to try and rebalance this. They might even not let it through, but if they rebalance this, if they do any form of bull trap here, I'll be watching for a retest of this. If they do any form of bull trap here, I'll be watching for a retest of this level, or definitely this level, and if it gets lower, fine. So here's your squeeze. So this is the big trigger point right here. Been talking about it the whole time. Previous day low. Why is it a trigger point? Look how thin we got on the break of there. Why is that? Breakout shorts just slammed orders here, and no buyers came in there because they know it's dangerous, and we went straight down and built out volume down here. I'm going to be honest with you. I now have greed setting in, and I'm trying to manage it. In my head is now telling me, hey, if this sets up a bull trap, you should slam this. You're up big on the day. You should slam this for a move back down to POC. That's what my head's saying. It's like, hey, if this does one of these, you should slam this back down to here. And I'm going to resist that urge because I'm up on the day. But I'm just being honest. This is what's going through my head. Like, I'm looking at my screen. I'm like, oh, mate, you could have a $20,000 day here What if they liquidate it? Like all these games, there's a little devil on my shoulder talking to me right now saying, let's make some more money. Let's make some money. Well, he can get out of there and I'm going to ignore him. All right. So just want you to understand. Look at ES. ES coming to previous day low. So far finding a seller there. Yeah, exactly, Ryan. But just leave it, dude. Don't do it. Exactly what Glenn said. Don't do it. If you made money on the day, remember, our job each and every day is to make our money. What was the low-hanging fruit? Previous day low, right? We liquidated through it. Great. I didn't get any of this. That's fine. I knew there's a chance we'd run lower. But my job was to take a low-hanging fruit trade to here. All right, so it's short, cover some, add some, cover all. Mate, shoulda, woulda, coulda, but whatever, don't care. That's my job. Money's in the bank. That's a lot of money for 30, 40 minutes work. Why be greedy? All right, every part of me wants to be greedy. Don't get me wrong, every part of me wants to be greedy. I'm not going to do it. Doesn't, like, if you haven't had a trade yet, that's a whole different ball game. But I'm trying to ignore it because I can feel that greed building in me saying, hey, let's get another trade. Let's make some really big money. And what that will do is probably mean my execution will be sloppy. This morning, I'm just trading 10 of them together. I'm finding that any more than 10 on my copy trader, and it does not like it. And I think that's where the issues start to come. So I'm having to group them in 10s at the moment. Look at ES, a really nice rejection of previous day low so far. So now ES has to either build out their inverse head and shoulder to go higher, or it's going to keep rejecting PDL and the 5-day. Yes, but I'm not allowed to do that when I've hit daily target, Bowden. So there's a difference. So like this is a decent winning day for me. So I should be taking A+ trades every time they set up, unless I've hit max loss or hit my big target for the day. Anything in between that, I should just be taking them every time. But yeah, you're right. That's exactly what it said. But it's also a manager of emotions. Like, see, if I hadn't had a nice win and we hadn't taken out low-hanging fruit and I had daily targets still to make, I could take this. Yeah, exactly, Glenn. Okay, watching this liquidity start to be built up. You know me and Naomi Campbell, we're very similar, you know, Glenn. Book's calmed down a bit here. ES is trying to do that inverted head and shoulder. You can see it's trying to get a squeeze to build through the previous day low 5-day moving average. If it does that, it's probably going to come for the 35s like we talked about. So if it's able to squeeze through this previous day low, which is attempting to now, after trying to do that inverted head and shoulder, it's done higher low. Remember, we're thinking about a 2-leg pullback. After a strong move, we're thinking about a 2-leg pullback. All right, so here's leg one. It's not really stopped at all right now. But this is your trigger point. ES is already through that trigger point. This is the key level on NQ. All right, low liquidity, previous day low, New York anchor VWAP. This is your trigger point. Can we get like a second push and then that? That's what I'd be asking. Something like that. It's in and around this area here. Reclaim of that. We're going to test value area high at that point. Drag this out a bit because things might have moved. Oi! Yeah, exactly, Coop. Look, we've got we've got range in the market today, right? We've done 241 points of range. So if we do a retrace, a 2-leg, and if it offers you either a short squeeze or a long to go all the way back up, or even just like 50 to 100 points, you know, there's enough money there. If there's a 50-point move in this to use with one micro to get you your $100 a day. There's a 50-point move in this. Like we've just moved from point of control 43s to 95. So there's one 50-point move. There's $100. If we do a little peek out, all right, if we get that little bull trap, so far they're rejecting previous day low, but if we get a little bull trap and something that sets up here or here, there's a 50-point move down to there. There's $100, right? If you're trading one micro, there's a $100 move. That to that is a $100 move. All right. If we reclaim this and we go all the way back up to value area high, 08s to 70s, that's a $100 move, right? With one micro. So don't think that you've missed everything or anything like that yet. There's range. When we've got range, it means we've got good percentage chance to make money, right? To make money, because we have the ability to trade from a level to a level, from a level to a level, and that's where the opportunity comes. When we don't have range, it gets much harder. Think about last week and the week before. We were stuck in a balanced range on the daily. How much harder was that to trade than the last 3 days? Yesterday, nice and easy at lunchtime. Friday, was it Friday or Thursday last week? Really easy trades. Today, nice, smooth action. It also helps. Don't be upset here, folks, but it also helps that Trump's keeping his gob shut, right? Because the market's moving properly. It's not on like, you know, walking on eggshells waiting for something. So ES looks like it's trying to do that bull trap. It's peaked through. It don't like that liquidity left at 31s, but it's peaked through previous day low, 5-day moving average, and it's finding sellers. Really, I'd like one more leg up, but it might not come here. What are we protecting? Previous day low. Light volume. This. I would love one more peak, but I'm trying to set it up for you so you can see it. This here is your key level. I would love another leg and then a big failure. I think that would be really flipping good, but we'll have to see. I love that Bowden. Bowden's saying, Coop, I have an ATM called $100 Coop Corner with 3 micros. Take profits for $100, and then that's it. I don't move further. Today, blew through them in seconds. Job done. Hey, fantastic work, Bowden. That's all you got to do, mate. That is all you got to do. $100 days. Everyone gets, you know, competitive seeing these people making, you know, thousands and thousands of dollars per account. Doesn't matter. All that matters is, are you growing? Are you sticking to the process? If you scale to having 20 accounts, $100 a day, it's $2,000 a day. That is over $500,000 a year from doing absolutely, you know, easy. Hey, Bella. Oh, yeah, I saw you signed up yesterday, Bella. Yeah, it comes every Sunday. Every Sunday it will come. We'll have a talk about it. We'll see if we can do, you know, a little sponsor special for you or something. And I've started work on the video for like 2 weeks' time. So I've got one scheduled for this week, but the week after we'll get a good one out. Exactly, Coop. Process over profits. If lots of you are in here thinking, what is Coop's Corner? What is everyone on about? All right, Coop is a fantastic mentor in the Flow Zone Discord, and he has kindly enough set up a part of that Discord, which is basically doing a challenge to do $100 a day, mainly on Apex accounts, okay, to pass the evaluations and then get to the point of payout just by doing $100 a day, proving that you can do it by using tiny size with micros that you don't need to oversize. And by doing that, he's keeping everyone accountable, and he's been kind enough to make, I think it's a Google or an Excel spreadsheet, and everyone puts in their data every day so everyone can track it, everyone can support each other. All right, so these are some of the benefits of being in the room that go beyond me. We've got some amazing individuals in that room. like Coop and another one, Foster Scott, who will be back soon. Looking forward to having him back. He'll probably be a multi-millionaire by the time we get back if XRP keeps pumping. Because I think he has an average cost price of 30 cents, and I know he has a lot of it. So I know if it breaks out of $4 and gets anywhere near this 7 target, he's going to be laughing. And I hope it happens for him, because that guy deserves it. Dragging this out. Okay, so you can see clear rejection so far in front of this. The danger right now is this point of control is building. All right, so failure of point of control. This is your demand block right now. If they keep holding this, they're going to attempt to get up here. That's what I'd wait for. They're building new volume in here. And it's not surprising because this was old supply, so this should really become blue at this point if we've been in here long enough. But this level here is key. Let's do it as grey because they've not made their decision yet. We've peaked over, but we're not above it. And this is not based on this time frame. Remember, these levels are all based on higher time frames, all right? This was this level here, which we back tested here on Friday, which we've now sold through. So the question is, do they find supply here? Or if they trigger, we go back up to the next level, which would be Monday's low. If we trigger through that, we're going to go all the way back to 73. So I can probably do an extra one of these right here, just in case, because that is the edge of Globex, and that will matter. Yeah, Jason's awesome, man. Jason is awesome. There's lots of good guys in there, honestly. And girls. Shouldn't say girls. Lots of good gentlemen and lots of good women. Ladies. Richard saying, I know we can get to 100 likes for the day. This is a great day. Yeah, where are we at? My screen keeps dying up here. Let's have a look. Hopefully lots of you made your money already, low-hanging fruit. Often what happens, people make their low-hanging fruit and then they get off. 54 likes, 112 watching. Come on, team. Slap that like button for me. You can see this here is key. This is key right now. This is your potential lower time frame RBS. All right, if they hold this, they do your second leg. This can be consolidation for a second leg. If they fail this, we go straight back down to this. I really would rather they do a second leg because it will just give more room for you for this move. Technically, ES is putting a better second leg move. Which is not annoying, but not surprising. What do you reckon is a good, anyone that's using Bookmap, what do you reckon is a good number for absorption? Because I think 50's 100's too much, or it has been too much in this market. 50 doesn't seems like too little, maybe somewhere in the middle. 70's not showing anything. Maybe 50's where it's at for now. All right, just chilling here for now. You know the plan of action. Ideally, we get a second leg to sell into. If they're just going to roll this micro head and shoulders, then they're going to come and test this down here, 42s down towards lows. But I would like a second leg higher, all right? Because that will basically be like yesterday. Big move. Two-leg pullback, let lots of bulls chase in, and then some kind of trigger to come back down. Right, and then we can also think about, at the moment, it just seems very unwilling to do it with that week. And then we can also think about the range from basically the high to low. I'll finesse this in a second. Yeah, somewhere into here would be amazing if they'd be willing to do it. Nvidia 3.23% down, Tesla 0.25% down, Meta 1.17% down, Google 0.5% down, Amazon 0.81% down, Microsoft 0.24% down, and Apple relative strength. That's making me want to start buying it. 0.40% up. Now, I've been waiting for a day like that. Been thinking about purchasing Apple on that breakout over 210s for a while, but today is the kind of day that pricks my ears up, or eyes up maybe in this case, when we see relative strength in that name. I don't think so, Ryan. I've not been able to log into my Tradeify since the update, so I can't tell you, but let me see if I can get in now. I don't think it's gone. It might just be in a different area. I still can't get in. Never not replied to me. It's annoying. Let's try this. Yeah, I know. It's not that part I can't get into. Okay, maybe now you're going to get that second leg. Sorry, I got distracted here. Starting to build, starting to hold that point of control, like we talked about. Maybe now you get the second leg. You want the second leg, right? Either because you're in this long, but you want the second leg because it's going to offer you more opportunities later in the day. Okay, here's the trigger point. This is the move. So you're starting to get leg 2. So if we think about measurements here, how big is that one? I don't want the volume, I want the size. 90 or 92 points. We're looking for something like this, so probably to VWAP. Ideally leg 2. It might just peak over this level and then fail because we've got low volume here like we talked about. This is the big point. You can see we just tested previous day low to the tick. This is what I was talking about. This is the trigger point. Can they peak over here and fail, or do they fail in front of it? Same levels here, folks. Yeah, keep talking about the line chart. Where's my line chart gone? Makes it easy, doesn't it? What's this level we talked about? R, I said it can become. What's this? Here. Leg 1, leg 2. This is straight out of yesterday's playbook, out of the anyone who did the private lesson with me yesterday. This is the same thing. Main move. That's the impulse move, correction move. And now maybe we'll get a retest at some point towards here or here. Right, unless they go on a giant squeeze all the way back up to the highs. But this is literally the opposite to yesterday. The yesterday, where is yesterday? Is that it? No. Where are we? We're over here, aren't we? Okay, yesterday, the same thing. Impulse move, corrective wave. 1, 2, back to highs. Right, exactly the same thing. Just the other way around today is what we're looking for. Impulse move. 1, 2. Ideally, a rotation back towards lows. Point control's moved up those. We are going to pay attention to that. So this is the peak out. Here's your deep flow zone pullback level. This is potential where we might get stuck in and around here, but you want to be careful if they start triggering squeezes. ES also to its VWAP, right? 24-hour VWAP. Sorry, I'm just writing to Tradeify to tell them I can't. It's not accepting anything. All right, all right. So you're seeing a buy signal here, but I would be ignoring this because if you go up any time frame right now, you're not going to see anything. All right, it's just on a 1 minute, and that buy was really, if you were going to buy this, you were really buying off this level here. There's 2-leg pullback into an RBS, and there's your flag break, and it'd be partial and hold a runner if you were playing this long. Remember, this would be your counter trend long. Remember, higher time frame, we're still bullish, right? We're starting to reclaim previous day low. And this here is a back test of a daily level, or actually a weekly level, big level down here, and we're holding it. So if they want to do this, they can. I'm not saying they're going to do that, but if they wanted to do it, if enough daily and weekly traders said, hey, we're not moving beneath this. This is a back test of our level. We are bulls in the market. We want to go all the way back to highs, and we're going to take over because we're higher time frame bulls. They can, which is why we don't pick tops, we don't pick bottoms. If you wanted to take that long there, that's fine. If you're waiting for this leg to finish, which is in and around this area, if it's a measured move, it's in and around this area, then you're waiting for a backside. You can do something very simple like this and just wait for failure. One day like today, when you're done with your funded accounts, please funded accounts because you hit your PT. Do you flip over? So I don't do anything. I'm just sat still. I'm literally just sat still, just helping you guys. I got two main jobs: make money for me trading, and help you guys make money. Or if you're not at that stage, help you learn. Those are my main jobs. And after that, same thing really, making content for you guys to learn. So hopefully I'll have a nice volume profile video dropping this weekend. I'm gonna resort some of the education lines out on YouTube, so we're going to separate them. Like I might do like a volume profile one, flow zone one, high time frame one, so that there's some education there. Big sellers stepping in here into that 225s, folks. All right, big sellers. Boom. All right, you can see them, big sellers stepping in here. And that is probably the measured move, like we talked about, isn't it? That is probably the measured move. We think about this and do the same thing again. We're probably getting there or thereabouts. Yeah. Reacting off this high volume node here, and if we look left, like we talked about, this is a level. That's where we found bids yesterday, so that's where lots of buyers are. If we keep rejecting that, it makes sense that we pivot from here. If we get through that, we go to next level. But at the moment, you're seeing a nice, strong reaction. Make this really easy. Do not front run it. It never lets me draw, man. It's so annoying. Right? Do not front run it. You can wait for it to break down. If you're looking for shorts, if you're in it long, just keep holding. Would a reclaim of the 24-hour VWAP or opening range be good triggers for longs because of the threats of the two leg? Because it's cautious. I'd say you're too late to long there. Yeah, because your discount long was down here. Your first pullback long was here. This is your second leg. If we reclaim this in here, even here, anywhere here is technically a short location. So they would have to do like a giant fuck you candle, basically. Excuse my French. So I wouldn't want to be entering long up here. I'd be thinking about a retest of the lows of this at this point. Unless something changed, you know, if we see huge candles, huge momentum, there's a news piece coming, we're going to reprice the whole thing, then obviously we pivot and we think about something else. But unless you're long here or in this flag, unless you're long from here or here in this flag, then I would just be waiting at this point to see if there's like a corrective leg that finishes to come back down and retest. And you'd have to respect this. So it'd be partial, probably a little partial here, try and get lower day, and anything beyond that is an absolute bonus. But Tesla's just gone green on the day as well, so we're watching the mag, we're watching everything at the same time. Ken, done for the day, hit my max. Nice work. So I'll give you a readout on the mag. Tesla 0.15% green, Nvidia 2.5% down, Meta 1% down, Google 0.27% down, Amazon 0.78% down, Microsoft 0.15% down, and Apple 0.43% up. ES into its VWAP, NQ trying to get there. More importantly, even if you didn't take any trades today, do you understand what we're currently looking at and why, hopefully? You might need, yeah, Tyson, you might need a mental reset. Well, gold's just a hedge against the dollar, and it will keep doing it. I mean, look at Dixie. Anyone who traded with me last year will know I was prepared for this move, and we kept talking about it. They're going to sell the dollar. It's terrible. I'm not happy about it. I knew it was coming. I'm not happy about it. Back down into this range now. We probably find some structure here. Why am I not happy about it? Because if I want to move back to Europe, I've got 30% less money than I did a couple years ago. All right, up here was beautiful 2022. I was almost at 1-to-1 there. I've lost 30% of my net capital in dollars now. So the hedge against this, because Asia started the hedge against this here because they were like, no, we don't. We think this is a problem. The hedge against the dollar is to buy gold. And this thing is straight up. All right, and it's in a huge breakout. If you go to a monthly chart, all right, this is a higher time frame breakout. Very, very simple, isn't it? Hello, what's that? Where's projected move? These are your fibs. So we're going for a 300% move. 3.7, and then by that point you might as well get to 4,000. It looks good. It looks fantastic. Same rules apply on every single product. Doesn't matter what you're looking at. Once you read the markets, you can read absolutely anything, and then it's just whether you can stick to it. All right, so starting to see it get a bit stuck here. You can see, I'm going to show you the book map so you can just see it for those of you trading. Some sellers in here. This guy's just lifted, so 23.20. You're looking at 23.200s, 23.195s. That's where bids are. Basically VWAP. All right, so if we start, you want like a exhaustive move, and then you want one of these. You want to go under, back test. That will be your easy money, and then your take profits are here. Yeah, exactly. Beautiful cup and handle. So simple, isn't it? So simple. But the problem is, on gold, everyone wants to guess the top. Right? It's people like, oh, I'm going to get short gold, short gold, short gold on the way up. It's not ready. The Dixie's selling. The dollar's selling. It's not good what's going on. When will that change? Maybe once they sort tariffs out, right? Maybe once they sort tariffs out. It's just a safe haven. It's an easy bet. Not good for me, I tell you that much. Really not good for me. Every month, my payment, if I move any money back to UK, it's less and less. It's a nightmare. There you go. Supply holding up. Here's the retest of VWAP. So you're starting to see it like we just talked about. Oh, I didn't even see you in chat. What's up, dude? Hope you're good. Hope you're good, man. Okay, so ES failing supply, like we talked about, peaked over. NQ starting to see some stronger selling coming in here. These are the type of things that you want to see. Just be careful because from a technical point of view, this is a big level. All right, this is your resistance, broke through, support, support. But if we start getting under here and we leave trap buyers up here, this is where you might get that rotation. So big levels. These are the kind of things we wanted to see. So it's starting to look a little bit better here. I'm actually going to delete this. I can't because it's volume. Yeah, nice rejection 5-day. Well spotted. Well spotted. Da-da-da. Patient waiting game. I know it's boring. We can do something if you want here, folks. We can do something else, but I know lots of you are waiting for this. I'd say 2-leg has been completed here. So I don't know. Maybe some of you started building a position here against this volume. Maybe some of you are waiting for this rollover and breakdown for confirmation, depending how you trade. I think it's coming for you. I think it looks good. It looks pretty good. So we've peaked over previous day low and we've rejected. Remember, we rejected looking left this key level here. So these buyers are remaining stuck in this market so far. We're not letting them out. Oh, don't move that. I need it. And if we start breaking down, then you're going to look for shorts and you're going to have to respect this. So you're sort of respecting 83s, 70s, and even in this low volume and down to here. And technically speaking, we're still higher highs and higher lows. So you've got to wait. Technically speaking, you're waiting for something to change here. Although this might be it. This is literally what I drew in probably, I don't know, an hour ago, half an hour ago. Where are we at? Coming up an hour ago. This is the kind of move. This here is the kind of move. If you leave these guys stuck and we start rejecting, this is the kind of move that you want. We drew this in, this exact thing I drew in at least an hour ago when we were down here saying, I'm looking for a 2-wave and something that looks like this for a short trigger. All right, I'm going to get a refill here, folks. Just a heads up here, team. I'm going to have to leave slightly early today in like 30 minutes. Taking Luna to the vet for a 2-week checkout, getting her stitches out. Oh man, I haven't smoked a cigar in ages. It's COVID. It's a post-COVID cough. I am thinking about going to the doctors though. Appreciate your concerns, Kevin. Yeah, it's bad. It will not go. I am starting to get concerned about it. Me and my wife were talking about it last night. I think I might have to go because the last time I had it this bad, I think I had COVID a little bit last year, but I got rid of the cough. But ever since I first caught COVID, this has been an issue. It's not good. It does worry me because it doesn't hurt, but I'm like coughing something up. It is a bit concerning. Nice rejection up here so far. That value area high. Really nice, simple rejection. I'm starting to build volume. Raf. No chance, mate. No chance. No chance. Vets are crazy expensive. What's going on with my CVP here? Let me see if I can fix this. I had the same thing yesterday. Show bid, show ask. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, I understand. Oh, trying to trigger a squeeze. Lots of shorts getting popped here. They're trying to absorb this move. 851 lot just got absolutely tagged there. So they're trying to do a little push higher here. This is your area right now. Nothing's changed. This is the edge of value. This is a good location, technically speaking, for shorts. If they reclaim that location, it's a problem. But this is still the good location for shorts. This red block, still a good location. They might be trying to get up to VWAP, but and get there out there. Players are on the book at 230. You can see here if I a lot of players just got these are short sellers trying to absorb the market. So 160 watt and an 851 lot trying to absorb the market here to send it back down. So buyers trying to push through, got absorbed. They peaked a little bit above, like I don't know, 5 points above. Still holding price for now. When I go, because I've got to leave here early, do you want me to leave the stream on with Bookmap for you? Would that be useful? Sorry, folks, just a waiting game right now. You're waiting for the setup. They either give it to you or they don't. There's not much else to say. Trump at 11 a.m. Is that right? So now it's 11 a.m. now. Wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, still rejecting. So took out that liquidity high, starting to reject. It's got a chance to do inverse head and shoulder, but I'd still be looking for this for a retracement. The main trend here has been down. We've tested a weekly and daily level. I'd be looking to see if this fails. You've got a clear value area high here, which we cannot get through, and view up a bit above. Back to POC. Yeah, that's what I'd be looking for. Yeah, right now we're trapping between these. We're in this right here for me is a potential R level. This is your 24-hour VWAP. This is your main wave down. This feels like correction. The danger is if Trump's talking this, right? I didn't know he was talking. That's the danger. But anything here where you start, I'd be waiting to see a clear breakdown, and then I'd be looking for rotation. Yes, POC. And then if they snap that, I'd say this here becomes key 140, and then the edges of here. That's what I'd be looking for. Main trend on the day remains down, right? That's the main trend. I'll be looking for this. And that's probably the only trade you get left for the day. Otherwise, if Trump starts talking, all kinds of crazy bullish factors, we've seen crazier things in going all the way back up here, but there's no reason for it to do that right now. But this previous day low is key. I'll be watching this over under. Remember, breakout short traders They jumped in here. They're now out the money. All right. It's not at a squeeze high enough where they're being forced to cover yet because it's drifted what? 20 points higher? I mean, that's nothing. But if we break back down here and they start doubling down for an ad, you might get that move. I am going to have to get out of here in sort of 15 minutes or so, folks. I didn't see what any of you said. I should have probably checked. Yes, you want me to leave bookmap up. Yeah, what would you prefer, folks? Do you want me to leave this up or do you want me to leave bookmap up? What's more beneficial for you? And I'll do it, whatever you need. Should we have a vote? Let's have a vote. Let's have a vote. Hang on. Okay, I've done a split screen. I don't know if I would have to set it up. I don't think I'd be able to do that. It's up for a vote. You guys can choose. Starting to see tapering here. You are starting to see some tapering here. Strong move, more sideways, more sideways, more sideways. Those have done the course. You're starting to see this now. How do we start to roll? We go strong and then we go sideways. If this is a redistribution or reaccumulation of shorts, this is what allows you down here. Okay, so this is where you get boxed in. If this is reaccumulation of longs, you look for a breakout hold and then a move back up. The easy money, like I always talk about, the easy money was previous day low and then it kept washing. It's not an easy money like trade for the rest of the day now, technically. I would like to see it revisit down here. I think there's a good chance it might want to revisit down there. But you are a waiting game right now. Keep dragging this out. Point of control now flipped, interestingly. That's probably a good thing for you if you're thinking about short, because if they've trapped lots of participants here and they start breaking down, it means there's more volume trapped up here. Yeah, unfortunately, I know, Poppy. Unfortunately, with TradingView, you can't do that. Yeah, you can't do that. They can't read data the same way, even though I pay for CME data. Or if anyone knows of a way to do what Poppy's saying if we could have the flow zones with the components, that would be great. I mean, I guess I could do this with bookmap really small, but you just won't see anything. I don't think it won't be useful. Thanks, Coop. Yeah, she's slowly getting better. What's the time now? Yeah, I haven't got long. I have to get out of here soon. Thanks, James. Appreciate it. What's the thing when you zoom into the candle and it shows order flow? I'm guessing footprint. Do you mean this? Is that what you mean, Tyson? footprint charts. That shows you order flow per candle. So how many buyers and sellers and the delta between them. So delta is done by market orders per candle. Yeah. I don't really use that stuff. Oh, that's cool, Aaron. I didn't know that. That is cool. Yeah, you're almost at 100. I'll run out of time today. We'll do a giveaway end of week. We'll do 50k account. 50k. We'll do any size account, any size Apex account. We'll do it at the end of the week, maybe on Friday. Something to look forward to. Right, let's end this vote. Who won the poll? All right, most of you wanting bookmaps. So that's what we'll do. We stick with the people. We are a democracy. We will stick with the people. Whatever you want, I will do, as always. I'm going to give it 5 more minutes here, folks, and then I'm going to jump out. Remember, Trump's talking. I didn't know that, but Trump is apparently talking. You should be watching the same things over and over. Waiting to see if there is a break. I'm just reading the news here. Can't see anything at the moment. Trump greets Philippines. Here we go. All right, for any of you interested, I'll attempt to post it in chat if it will let me. Is there a flatten button in NinjaTrader? Just installed it and don't see one. Yeah. Oh my god. Close all. If you press close all and then again, it should flatten everything. Otherwise, it will be in the settings. So you will need to go. I've got to remember all this. Is it in data series or properties? Probably properties. Because you can change all those buttons on your screen. No. Have a look here. Hotkeys. Order entry. Definitely in order entry there is. In hotkeys there is, because I have it here. Control center. There you go. It's on control center. Thank you. Thank you, team. All right, so still stuck here. You can see it. Same level. Same level. I'd be looking for that rotation down. If they, especially if this is your value area high for the day, this is point of control. You've got to think if buyers get stuck from sort of 220 to 230, trying to force this squeeze all the way back up. If they get stuck, you will get a rotation. Any snap down under 196, remember this is the low volume. This is where they're trying to protect. Any snap down under that, you should get an immediate sell down to 73s or 70s, let's just call it. And then you're looking for a trade all the way back down towards value area low. That should be a cover point. This is the start of tapering. We talked about it. This is starting to taper. If you see breakdowns under here, you're looking for a rotation and you're taking profit on the way down. You are not getting short down here, okay? Do not be tempted to do that. I'm going to have to get out of here, folks, so I can get my pooch to the vet. And I will see you all tomorrow. Please trade safe. I'm going to leave Bookmap up for you. I'll try and make it bigger on the screen. And we go again tomorrow, folks. Wednesday tomorrow, we should get some nice moves. We've set up really, really nice now. We've expanded the weekly range, which is fantastic. Those who've done the course, think about what we're doing Monday, Tuesday. Think about what we're setting up for Wednesday. And I'll be back in Discord. I don't know. You've probably got to give me a couple hours to get to the vet and get back. All right. And then we'll have a chat then. Peace and love. I'm going to leave the stream up for you with Bookmap. And have a fantastic afternoon session. Use hard stops. You know all the usual stuff. Take care.